The biggest pivot in my life was going from wondering what's wrong with me to studying what's up with us. It happened about 26 years ago and pivoted me into research with Terence Deacon, then a Harvard neuroscientist biologist, now at Berkeley, who has made important breakthroughs on the evolution of human language and how it makes us different. Around the time we met, he had turned his attention to what we've been working on together ever since, explaining how life emerged from chemistry. He's done lots of lab science. I don't. Still, we collaborate closely and with others on developing a fully physical explanation for how us living beings struggling for our own existence, trying to stay alive, could ever emerge within nothing but chemistry, which isn't trying to do anything. Me, I'm a life and social science researcher and writer. He writes rigorous academic books and articles. I've done some of that, but mostly I work on conveying our ideas to folks just trying to make sense of their lives. To do that, I look for metaphors that are consistent with our findings, but also intuitive and resonant. What it feels like to be us. Okay, so here's a metaphor. Maybe think of it like a short guided meditation. It's got the ocean and crashing waves like those do, but unlike those, it's for realistic orientation, not hopeful, romantic uplift with beautiful sunsets. Still, I think it helps explain why we'd crave uplift. To be alive is like treading water. We have to work to stay viable, to keep our heads above water, to keep from drowning. Much of our water treading effort is unconscious. For example, you made 330 billion new cells today to replace as many that died. Or your wounds, scuffs, and bruises, which you heal having no clue how you do it. Though such self-regeneration is unconscious, it's still effort, a kind of work, unique and universal to living beings. Without effort, we drowned, degenerating like all things do. We make that unconscious effort to stay alive, but being human, we've also got feelings and thoughts, unlike, say, plants. Our effort includes keeping our spirits up, our mojo working, our confidence aloft. The higher we can hold our heads above water, the safer we feel, and to some extent are, though none of us are really safe. No matter what we do, we all drown eventually. Our deaths are inevitable, and unlike other critters, we know it. It makes us an anxious species, treading water somewhat frantically. Here we all are, no land in sight in these choppy, crowded waters, some patches rougher than others. We're not just treading, we're trying to figure out where to tread, navigating to avoid the rough patches as they move around. The water's crawling with stuff, some of which is packed with energy. We try to absorb the energy that we can use to help us regenerate our ability to tread water, and we try to avoid the energy that will sink us. Energy is dangerous, more likely to sink us than keep us afloat. Think fire. Uncontrolled, it degenerates things. Or wind, much more likely to scatter than organize things. Over evolutionary history, we've accumulated habits of selective interaction with what's in the water. We eat food, not toxins, or at least we try to. We try to take in what we can use to keep ourselves uplifted, not what tears us down. And since we humans have emotions and thoughts too, we try to absorb encouraging, not discouraging news. For example, we try to avoid the discouraging news about sinking. We pretend it's easy being human. We try to avoid thinking about drowning. Our neighbors on all sides of this water-treading crowd all have their own treading issues. Some are helping others tread. Some even have babies on their shoulders who will grow up to tread water well, we hope. Some folks would drown if it weren't for the help they're getting. Some are looking for people to use as buoys because they're drowning. Some are circling like sharks, trolling for people to use as buoys, the updunkers, social climbers scheming for uplift by dunking others. All of us are scheming some of the time. Some of us are scheming all of the time. You know what we'd all really like, though? Release from this treading. Safe land to rest on. A plateau above it all where we can relax and play, permanently safe and free. No more of this exhausting treading. The dream of happily ever after that lives in all of us. There is no safe ground. No land anywhere. Indeed, sea level is rising, the waters are getting choppier. The only safety is death. So some folks are hoping for a heavenly plateau in the afterlife. The dream that when they drown, they won't drown. Their death's a rebirth. Rise to the clouds above it all, yet somehow on solid ground. The great plateau in the sky. One doesn't have to be religious to dream of heaven's high land and an end to all this treading. It could be happily ever after right here, safe and free on solid ground, eternally loved, rich, powerful, elevated above it all. There is no solid ground, and there never will be. But there's a network, the net result of all the work folks have done and do, treading and navigating, the net effect of all our uplifting and updunking, building patches of collective safety net, isolating the updunkers, rescuing those drowning, taking turns giving each other breaks, designing and building ways to make the treading easier, helping people move to calmer waters. Over human history, we've done so much of that network building that it makes it easier to imagine that there's land in sight, though there isn't. Lots of infrastructure and culture, reliable patches of stability in among the choppy waters. Still, no solid ground, no plateau. There never will be, though the dream of not dying never dies. That's what I think it's like to be alive.